The giveaway, Lockie Jackson this time. Burgess can link up with Dobson. Will Dobson's able to keep it in. Heads towards Jason Davidson. Cut back on that left foot. Batalo looks to control, shoots. It's blocked in the first instance by Jack Duncan, but he can do nothing about the rebound. And Ben Gibson has his first goal of the campaign. And the Newcastle Jets, 14 minutes in, are a goal to the good at home against the victory.
Place at the right time on the Harvey Norman replay. It's moved on quickly down the right-hand side. Kept in. Now he has a choice to make. Do I take him on? Comes back inside. It's a nice little turn and strike. Jack Duncan gets a good hand to it, but that's where you want your number 9, your striker, to be loitering right on the edge of the 6-yard box. And it's a simple tap-in the end, but it was great lead-up play from the Jets. Lovely strike on the turn. And look at that. Batalo was down injured down the other end not too long before that. There he was in the box. Well, to be honest, it was all them for the first 15 or so minutes, wasn't it? The Jets slowly starting to turn the tide.
Here's Batalo with space and time. Batalo! Oh! How many goal of the season contenders will this man score in 25-26? Alex Batalo celebrating with the squadron.
Well, he stepped it up a level on the Harvey Norman replay. They win the ball. He has a look up and he says, well, that'll do for me, right in the top bins. You see he has a look before the touch and he lets fly, and there's nothing Jack Duncan can do about that one. What an exceptional strike from the young man. Riding high. AFC Young Player of the Year. Well, just keep adding to the show reel. And that is sensational football from that young man.
Well, he's said, you've given me the AFC. Young league is the victory now with an opportunity here. Jelassic was there, but Burgos lays it off. Jason Davidson, it's a good save. But James Delianov, once again on the follow-up, can't do anything about it. And the victory do get a goal back. Danny Jeanreau.
Well, on the Harvey Norman replay, it's just white numbers coming. It's not a bad strike here, and it forces Delianov at full stretch to get the arm out and the save, but just like the other end at the Jets' first goal, it's Danny Jeanreau who's reacted quickly, and it's a simple tap in, and all of a sudden the complexion changes again.
Davidson hit that one like a rocket, and Danny Jeanreau on hand to follow. Rosas. Dobson's happy for Gibson to chase this one down, and Dobson will head into the area. Gibson lays it off for him. Ben Gibson does really well to get away from his man, and Alex Batalo. Who else would it be than Alex Batalo? Taps this one home for his second of the evening, his third of the season, and it was wonderful build-up as well. We'll do the rest.
Well, on the Harvey Norman replay, it's the three of them again. Gibson on to Dobson. This is remarkable bit of skill there. Just a little dummy. And there's Batalo just saying, give it to me. I'm on fire. That little touch from Dobson to get around the defender, and from there it's easy pickings for that young man. They played some wonderful 1- and 2-touch football tonight, the Jets. The movement off the ball to create the space. The confidence of Mark Milligan's team. And I said it was crucial, these last few minutes. Well, the Jets have just extended their lead, and they're having a great time in doing so.
Opportunity here, Jeanreau putting it through for Jelassic. Can he get there first? He can. And Keegan Jelassic once again gets the victory back to within a goal. Lovely ball through the middle by Danny Jeanreau. Scored the first. Turns provider here. His 6th in the A-League.
Well, Tommy Orr called for more conviction when they won the ball on the Harvey Norman replay. Well, there it is. It's a great ball forward. Delianov couldn't get out quick enough. And John Rowe showed a good bit of heels there to get away from Sushnio, and it's a wonderfully weighted pass. And let's not take away from the finish from Jelacic as well. Little dink over the on-rushing Delianov. Melbourne Victory find themselves well and truly back in the match.
The Jets' last home win also came against the Melbourne Victory back in February, that 3-0 victory.
Batalo out of absolutely nothing. Alex Batalo looking around for options, thought his best option was to have a go, and he does it again.
On the Harvey Norman replay, ball drops down to him, he has a little look and he says, no, I don't need anybody else, I've done this already. This is easy, this is my range. One touch, what a strike that is. What a way to bring up your hat-trick, and again, Jack Duncan at full stretch can do nothing about it. This young man is all class, and he is leading the Jets on the charge to 3 points.
Well, I reckon as we have a look at the goal of the week contenders come Monday, this one will probably just about edge out the first. You're the striker, Macca. Here they come again through Daniel Wilmering. He's looked really good, particularly in this second half. And at the back post is Oscar Fryer, who gets his first A-League goal. The 19-year-old seals the deal for the Newcastle Jets. High fives all round, and it is 5 for the home side.
Bounce back after the disappointment of last week. Well, on the Harvey Norman replay, there's the cherry right on top of the cake. It's a beautiful ball in for Daniel Wilmering. He just lifts it to the back post area and says, go on, someone attack that. And Oscar Fryer says, thank you very much, and Julie obliges. Mark Milligan is still giving instructions from the sideline, but he must be grinning from ear to ear inside. These young Chargers tonight have stepped up and delivered on the first home game of the season. What a performance.
But equally, we shouldn't excuse poor defending. And it was awkward from Angus Thurgate there.
Well, Western Sydney had given the ball away again, 3 in a row. And Jesse Randall slots home the opening goal of Auckland FC's season. Randall writes his name in the history book.
It's Jesse Randall, calmly and conclusively finding the near post of Lawrence Thomas's goal. And he's the one that opens the account for Auckland FC in this new season in front of a hungry Port. Cuts onto the right foot, good contact, past Thomas. Get the feeling he'll be thinking he could have done better with that. Had a good side on goal and should be protecting that near post.
Never afraid to roam out of his penalty area and join the defence. This occasion, a long ball is the solution. The flag stays down for now as it arrives with Caputo in the middle. All eyes turn to the assistant referee, but the flag does stay down. And Max Caputo's rising star continues to shoot up. It's 1-0 to City in the first 5 minutes.
But really, it was here where, on the Harvey Norman replay, you can see how flat Perth Glory are. And I think that's okay. Max Caputo, no problem there, and no problem from the first pass because it didn't go to him. And that is a very flat, high line from Perth Glory, and they played against that last week with Wellington. Now they've fallen into their own trap, and Melbourne City have said, thank you very much, we'll take the lead nice and early.
Well, it was a good confident finish past the on-rushing Matt Sutton. Matthew Leckie gets the assist. And Caputo, left foot, right foot, headers, he does it all. Leckie, he slips as well. Amy Park surface not doing too many favours over the last couple of minutes for players. Kaltak, he's had a slip. Caputo's in, round the keeper, and he finishes! Max Caputo's flying start to the season continues. And he capitalises on a bit of a disaster for the Glory.
Well, what about the awareness from Max Caputo here as Perth Glory just bring themselves undone? Brian Caltack, usually safe as a bank at the back on the Harvey Norman replay, just under hits his back pass. And again, maybe just a little bit uncertain about this pitch, but Max Caputo goes around Sutton and then goes high and hard to make sure that ball nestles in the back of the Perth Glory net for his second of the afternoon. Wonderful awareness from Max Caputo, wonderful execution.
David Strilic motioning from the sidelines as he watches Shriber! Oh, goodness me! What a goal! Zane Shriber! He has taken 30 games to break through for an Isuzu UTE A-League goal.
Shriber on the Harvey Norman replay. They link up in midfield and look at Shriber. He sees the space opening up. It got a little bit of a bobble, which made it even sweeter for him to strike, which we'll see on this replay here. Look at that, just bobbling a little bit. That allows him to really put his laces through it and find the far top corner with an absolutely outstanding strike and a goal that will no doubt be in his top 5 by the end of his career. Outstanding strike from the substitute.
Kanamori still working. Romani jags inside. It's Cavi and Romani! It just gets better and better and better! Cavi and Romani, in game 24 of his A-League career, has uncorked something truly special.
What a finish on the Harvey Norman replay. Cavi and Romani. He drives inside and once again he sees the space and he sees a gaping far post. There's nothing Sutton can do about it, but he receives the ball here and it's Caltack that he goes past. Very pedestrian again from Caltack, and that is some strike from Romani. And anyone around the world who dials in to the A-League will be seeing world-class goals happening week in, week out over the field.
Ocon-Exler chips it back post. Grant, lovely ball. Oh, that finally got it in. Al Hassan Toure missed the open goal. I thought the opportunity had gone, and somehow Caputo pulled it back heel out of his bag of tricks.
Comes in on the Harvey Norman replay. There will be checks for offside, and it'll be here. But no, on the far side you see the Mariners defender who was trying to close down Ryan Grant. That's a beautiful ball. And Ryan Grant does the right thing, puts it across, and first Toure and then Caputo do their best to really muck up the opportunity, but a quick bit of thinking, and the back heel comes out, and he's off the mark.
Great ball. Suffering Grant, the Peruvian, as he releases Joe Lolly. Pat Wood charging forward. Wood is there! And that's game, set, and match, Sydney FC. Pat Wood back amongst the goal scorers. It's been a while for him.
The ball drops to Kispe. He sees the run of Joe Lolly, who's been involved in everything. And on the Harvey Norman replay, he just has one look in, and look at the run from Pat Wood. He goes towards the 6-yard box and then he changes his angle and goes across. Joe Lolly sees that, puts it in front of him, and it's a neat finish from Pat Wood. Kispe we saw earlier in the match, a wonderful ball in behind. Joe Lolly's been involved in almost everything tonight for Sydney FC. And the beneficiaries, Pat Wood, with a lovely run and finish to put the game beyond doubt late in the match.
Wellington on the left-hand side. Injury to Tim Payne is the only change tonight. There's a ball over the top. James has been beaten. And Justin Vidic opens the scoring for the Brisbane Roar. And in the shadows of half-time.
In an error. And a miscommunication, and it's exactly what's happened here. Mandraker James.
Ufa does well to keep the ball in play. on now, the skipper. And he Heald's delivery from deep. Is a double teamed. Cushion header back in. And Piper. And it's found its way into the back of the net. And I believe it's Kazuki Nagasawa to be making its way across the line. Nagasawa forced it home. Wellington get themselves back into the match.
Well, in the first half, predictability defined the Wellington Phoenix's attack. Now, the innovation, simply forcing the ball forward, asking the question. And this time, the Brisbane Roar couldn't come up with the answers. Piper, across Bazanis, across Harrington.
Looks as though it may be the conclusion, unless Wellington can find a way back. Piper's been central. On the Ento, he went close as well. On the Ento! And he's done it in the back post! Carlo Amiento scores against the Brisbane Roar. 2 in 2 weeks.
What a way to introduce yourself to Wellington. Carlo Amiento, beard down on Jordan Loughton. Again, the physical foundation of Corbin Piper. Forces the issue, picks up the scraps, finds Amiento, squares up Loughton, drives it across goal. Too much for Dean Bazanis to do. Have the Wellington Phoenix secured all 3 points right at the death.
Well, spare a thought for Brisbane. They have battled and battled.
To involve his teammates has really improved this season. We've already seen that against Beijing Guan at home, the game you're referring to, the 1-3-0. He crossed the ball beautifully into Economides.
Spills here for Rose! Oh my goodness! Where has that come from, Liam Rose?
And it's no more than they deserve. On the Harvey Norman replay, again, it's hold-up play of the highest order from Harry Sawyer. Just trying to link it up there, trying to play it in, but it bounces out to him. It might have been lucky the way the ball came. Adelaide don't clear their lines, but what a strike that is from Rose. The ball moved and swerved and dipped, and it gave the goalkeeper absolutely no chance. Josh Spitz could only sit there and watch that go into the back of the Macarthur. 1-0 up at home.
I was wondering to Cooley, a couple of additional minutes. Alagic well hung up. There's the equaliser. And it's Johnny Yull in the milestone match.
To Cooley and Yull. And on the Harvey Norman replay, it's a great little pass forward and a great little dink to the far post, and there wasn't much else to do apart from keeping his composure. Alagic again stepping forward from midfield. The technical ability of Johnny Yull there for everybody to see, and it was on an absolute platter. All he had to do was keep his head, and Adelaide United find the right time to score in the first half.
Sure, he's writing a few notes on that young man. Rising star. At just 20 years of age. This corner, dangerous! They have got the go-ahead goal. And in his first match in the A-League at Campbelltown Stadium, it is Dong Won-ji, the Korean international, who opens his account for the Bulls.
Finish, a great ball in again from Luke Bratton on the Harvey Norman replay. And it was right in that area, and it hung up, waiting to be head in there. It was a great first save from Smits, but the rebound came right out to him. The reaction there, just couldn't keep it away from the big man. He was determined to get his first A-League goal, and he's got it right inside the 6-yard box. And who would have thought Macarthur taking the lead?